one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Tom Foster,
Diana Klein.
Gregory Simpson is on the road from here. All right. Joe Latendre is on the road somewhere.
Queens Highway.
All right, so today, again, no public comment. This is a special meeting just for two things here. We should get real quick. And the first one is going to be, the resolution here is going to say resignation of planning board chair and the appointment of Greg Thoreau. You wanted, Greg, you wanted information on Greg?
Yes.
Thoreau?
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Did you approve it?
I don't know.
Who?
Discussion on that one.
Well, I brought him in here to face the music.
Hey, what's?
Hey, this guy, I got nothing but good to say. He got me a cul-de-sac on the end.
Now, this is what I was needed.
We all saw.
You also, okay.
It's all good.
All right.
Proposed resolution.
Okay, resolution here, resolution accepting the resignation of the planning board chair and the designation of the new chair. I make a motion to,
I'll second.
I read it. It's,
No,
all right,
it's been posted, right?
It's posted, it's up there, it's on the website.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? You in
Thank you
trouble?
very much.
Thank you, Greg.
You ready?
First meeting tomorrow night.
You have a meeting tomorrow night.
For Paul's sake, condolences.
I don't know. Someone
I think it's 5:30 usually, the meeting.
5:30 meeting tomorrow night?
5 p.m.
It's at 5.
You have to, speak to Maggie tomorrow for the agenda, and I think you want to do an executive session.
I'm not completely convinced of doing
I know, all right.
second, but I will be here.
Well, you were talking-
Now our planning board chair.
Make sure whatever executive session you are going into, that you reiterate the subsection under
There's only
public
one
officers
reason we
1.
would, if people were discussing personnel issues.
And just make sure that you put that on the record, that's why you guys go.
And I don't think that will actually happen tomorrow.
All right, and all right, so you're done, and we're great.
Yes, I'll be here.
Okay, so don't forget, what's the next one?
Approved overtime for the bookkeeper.
Oh, so I do get.
Oh, well, maybe we'll cover, I mean, not with us, not, okay.
We have never done that
Okay, why do
before,
we have to
but
do that?
we-
Like, that's just something you normally would do, but,
yes.
sorry, what's?
But it was at the last meeting, when we talked about this last meeting, Matt made a suggestion that we do a resolution.
Well, it's not the budget, so you know, you're running off the.
I think, you know, we had never done it before. When people, employees asked for overtime, they came to me, I said no, I said yes. As far as I think with this case,
Well, this was something that was brought up in a public meeting and was something that was discussed, so it's appropriate, but in the future, you can continue to do it the way you're doing.
they do it anyway now, let's do it now anyway. Want to do this?
Yeah, all right,
All right.
yeah, motion, resolution, well, go ahead, Matt.
And this also is different where I think generally when you'd be approving overtime, it would be for specific days as opposed to for like a general length of time. So,
All right. Go ahead.
Motion resolution approving overtime for junior bookkeeper.
Who's the duty bookkeeper?
It's the, we only use titles. Second?
I second it.
Any
Discussion? Gregory,
All in
Diana,
favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Next is the, all right, you get the 84C, contract, we
Table that?
table it.
yeah, the only other thing that should be addressed is the whole purpose of this special meeting, and that would be the preliminary budget.
Okay, all right, now,
Let's suppose that's in the docs.
well, hang on one second. I just wanna, I made this up, this is a table that I spoke to Brittany Santorelli, and this is the difference between 2025. No, anymore.
I have it, I can put it up on the screen.
Listen, I remember Diana said, I took plans.
No, I think it's talking about something else.
Oh, so he is, you're right.
Maybe something I don't even have.
So we had already said it was, it's $2. Yeah. It's $2. It's like a percentage. I'm just telling you.
That's okay.
The public doesn't care what this number is. The public cares what this number
Right, all right,
is.
okay, all right, so we'll vote on that right away. when we do it. I think we have a discussion about.
Yes, that's, yeah.
But 3H, all right, John, you have some objections to that?
No, so
Well-
no, I don't know if I have an objection, but the 3H, which currently sits with the 1.25 bond, correct?
Yes, that's.
The remaining balance of the bond is what?
Right
Four
now,
hundred and 96,000 and change.
and we have a payment going out, I believe, very soon.
But my question is, why is there $496,000 in there? If you
Because we
bond,
still,
We only paid for 2 trucks, that's all we got.
so then
far.
why would we take money out of a bond if we still owe money on trucks? We do not use that money. No, we do not use that money to pay our bond out. We use that money to pay for the trucks. We've never used bond money to pay bond back.
We never use the capital H fund. we need.
No, no,
To pay bond back.
How do you pay for equipment?
that's equipment. You specifically took out a $1.2 million bond to pay off equipment. Yes, and that's what this is for. So $496,000 should be left in there based on what's owed out for the rest of the equipment. Specifically, right?
correct.
You don't have any more equipment that's coming due.
We have an truck and then we
This
have
is gonna be, this is gonna be.
2 upfits.
Of equipment of almost $500,000? Well, I think we should pay out all the equipment first. If there's any monies left over in that bond, utilize it for their,
Mike, you need this?
All my revenue is gonna be going back into 3H and then the unexpended fund is.
I'm not disagreeing with you. That's up to the board.
I mean, to sit there and take every check of revenue that the town gets to keep unfunded percent and then you put bond and highway and.
Well, my-
Twelve point eight.
My question is, how do you rectify taking bond money that you put out that we're paying interest? I agree, but you haven't paid for all the equipment yet. That'll be, actually, that's a good question. When is the first bond payment due?
January.
January
We'll
1?
have all the equipment by then.
January 1st.
We'll have the equipment for them, so have this in the month.
But you don't know exactly what that amount is.
It's gonna be, you have the voucher and the invoice for the.
I have it here.
Yeah, I can look it up. You mean the
I
one we
don't know
just
why we're doing
bought, the one we've already purchased?
No, the last truck is sitting down there.
Yeah, I don't have the invoice.
There it is. I have it here. I have it here.
I talked to Michelle today and she said it will be coming soon.
All right,
No, you don't
January,
have the invoice, you have the
I
bond.
have the bond. All right.
Can I see the bond? Is it the first bond payment through January
January
1st?
22nd, it's due.
Hold on.
No, that's the wrong bond.
That's the $50,000 bond. With one payment left at that.
Oh, it's the wrong one. All right, sorry, it's the wrong one.
I haven't seen the bond, the actual
Yeah, I mean,
sheet.
you very well could not have to pay for the next bond till next year. This actual bond till next year.
I didn't need to be able. I'll get it.
You have it,
Truck is
I have it too. I'll go get it.
205,
Thank you,
350.
Wendy.
I gave
No
it-
problem.
I gave it to him.
It's okay, I'm going.
Well, $205,350.15.
And then what was the other?
And the only remaining that we have are gonna be for 2 upfits. And we've cut them back a little bit, so I think that there'll be a little bit of adjustment in there. I don't think that much, but, there should be some of that bond left over.
What about, how much is for the outfits?
We're not gonna talk about this, no,
What's
this
that?
is just for.
That's
I'd say around
146.
450?
That's a little way off on the phone.
I don't know why it went. Why it's going up.
So that's 355.
The first payment is due in January of 2026. I just can't tell you when, but it'll be 8/30/02.
So you'll have approximately 140 plus thousand left out of that bond is what you're saying.
Right.
We were hoping on it.
When I stayed up last night, I don't know.
What?
No, okay, wait, it's 230,830 of the principal, the interest is 49,000, so
All right,
the whole thing is
it's the first
the whole thing is 280,000. All right, because they separated to the principal and the interest.
I didn't see the bond.
So
This is
why don't we pay for the equipment out of creation, pay for the bond, the interest of the bond out of the budget? That would make more sense.
You still have.
Do you have, do you have any equipment that you're planning on buying next year? I mean, you always know there's gonna be something.
You know, at this point, with the budget the way it is, and we know I'm gonna have to use shared services as much as I can. I mean, they put our bucket truck out of service because they won't inspect it anymore, because it's over 25 years old. It's a 1999, and then they just come out and with that this year. Altech wouldn't inspect it, so we had to put it out of service. We want to bring a resolution at the next meeting to the board to surplus that. So we still have one more truck going out, and we do have a check for $38,000 that should be here. Coming anytime now from Washington National.
Yeah, Michelle told me. I haven't seen it, but.
So in
So
the
we
cap,
have one more truck going up, truck 8's going up for auction this week, and once I do a resolution for the bucket truck, with that, to
Resident what, to sell the bucket truck?
private person can use it,
Yeah,
municipality.
but you're gonna have to buy a bucket truck then eventually. You need a bucket
It's
truck.
gonna, it's all gonna be budget oriented.
You do what, you do shared services for the bucket truck?
If we can't afford to buy a bucket truck right away, then I'm gonna have to do shared services. I'm gonna have to go.
Well, here's the thing also, Mike, we don't even know yet what your surplus is yet. So, December 31st, and you might have a surplus then because you have $191,000, I think it is, in snow removal for overtime and so forth. So we don't know.
No,
I mean, there's a possibility
Right
that you
now-
might have.
right now, on that sheet that I gave you, I'm showing,
Which is exactly what ours was.
429,196.30. Now we're gonna have,
But you're not gonna know.
Yeah, we're not gonna,
so
what is it, seven weeks left?
Yeah.
That's
he's
exactly.
trying to
So
say that
7
we
weeks
should take
left,
money
13.
from here,
what do you think?
which,
Is, that's about
I mean,
100,000.
here's the deal. I
And
mean,
then,
here's the deal.
I ain't gonna guess.
The resolution says.
But I'm just
You're
saying,
not-
in other words, you have right now
legally, we
close to
can't
500
think about it.
close to $500,000 left over in your whole budget.
429.
429.
429.
Okay, 429. All right, okay.
Don't be like my wife and round everything up to the height. She's gonna watch that video and yell. No,
But yeah, I'm saying you have 429,000. All right, so,
I'm doing, I told everybody,
So that has to come out. Yeah.
all spending and I
$429,000
would
left over right now,
Exactly.
7
This
weeks.
is what Mike came up with, this number is exactly the same.
We have here.
But, right, but we.
I didn't get that.
and I'm gonna sit,
I'm gonna make your copy.
But.
sit and look at the
these two are-
spreadsheet.
You looking for the, I haven't.
Yeah, mine.
No.
Ron, listen.
John here.
But he also.
John probably does.
He's got it.
I've done, he also told us that he needed to buy fall, like, there's things that need to be.
Purchased.
Well, he wants to push it off to next year, but that's to push it to the problem, then plus over to next year, which we already know is already up.
Well, yeah, but the,
Well, the-
I don't know, the salt right now in the budget, Mike wanted $180,000, John gave me 80,000 on the salt next year.
Right, because he was gonna buy some this year, so we can't push that off to January.
Well, you have money, you still have it, again, you're talking about 429,000.
Right, but I got a good pile of salt and sand mix and salt in the shed.
Will that cover the,
Right now,
season?
I'm trying to shut down any expenditures that aren't absolutely.
No,
No, I know, but he has an idea of how much.
If we want it, it can wait. If we need it, we do it. We had to take truck pen down to, Eagle Diesel, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have a question to ask also, and on the budget that John gave, there was, metal scrapping for $50,000,
49,000.
49,000.
And that was surplus equipment.
So we already went over that in the last
Yeah.
meeting. So you're asking the question
No, I'm
again?
asking, I'm
We had
asking,
like $1,700 in scrap or something like that. All our scrap comes from,
Mike's just reading for
So the scrap was $1,250 and the 49,000 and change was from sale of equipment. We did determine that in the last meeting.
sure.
Remember you requested that? I found that.
I'm not sure what was. So between
We're
that.
talking about, the bond, which is $280,000. as a date in January. Michael's saying take it out of capital fund 3H.
So my only problem with that is you have a resolution
That you approved it for a purpose.
for a bond. Now you can only purchase equipment out of the 3H. That's what that capital fund states. It's not to pay back bonds. It's for equipment.
So pay for the equipment.
But we paid, but we've got a bond
The
for the
equipment part of
equipment.
the bond,
We
maybe
got the
just-
bond for it.
So the interest is debt service.
That's right.
That's why.
Because he was using the excess money. That was it. We're not letting him use the excess money, just we put the excess money here
200,000.
instead of showing it for the payment.
532 pounds, somebody else has
Because
run into the
it's
same
way
issue.
up. That's why we put it here. because
Talking to Lori
so far-
Methuen and
it's so-
asking her how.
so much
Well,
higher.
the only problem is that we have to get this resolved tonight.
Yes.
That's the only thing is because it has to be in by Thursday. John's gonna have to work this thing out, send it to, Denise Williamson to have it, copied, ready in the right format to get to the county. County has to take it on Thursday. Let's send it on Thursday. This is to be resolved
This
tonight.
has to be resolved tonight.
We can't just, it has to be resolved. Otherwise, we get no tax money then.
So the other
All
thing
I'm
is,
saying that there's gotta be a way that you can put the money from 3H into the budget for equipment. And then. the
this
debt
isn't for
service.
equipment. This is to pay a bond.
It's for equipment.
So
No,
unless-
no,
unless there's
no.
other things that can be classified as equipment paid for in your budget, you would then use those funds for paying the bond. There's no way you can.
You have, in your budget right now, you have money for equipment? Right? You got money for equipment, don't you, right now in the 2026 budget?
All the equipment's always bought out of 3H.
No, what I'm saying basically is that,
My big line is repairs, which covers repairing anything that needs to be repaired in the town on the roads.
So what's left?
We got
Oh, you
the,
want for next year.
next year.
What does he have in for next year? Does he have anything in this?
Yes, Jeremy, can you?
It's on the screen.
Jeremy has it on the screen.
All right, look at the machine,
repairs. 155,000, that goes for just repairing roads, culverts. Anything to do with the road, permanent improvements paving.
You're gonna have to look at the language.
That's machinery, there's nothing in there, there's $3,000, machinery is the shop, that's for tools. Equipment in there.
Is there anything in here for?
Contractual.
Things in this budget to pay for.
Contractual is repairing all the equipment. And then
no, I mean, you have to go through it because this is important. You have to say so much.
What's equip, do you have anything in here for equipment?
equipment's always been
That's-
first year.
What we're saying is, what we were just discussing was, if he has money in his budget for equipment for next year,
That can
then
pay for
that
itself.
could pay for the bond, and
And
you can
then
take the money
out of
out of.
3H, I know
I
that.
don't buy equipment. out
But
of
there's
it.
nothing.
But I'm just saying, like, the only thing I see there is machinery contractual for 145,000.
What if you keep going down?
That's to repair trucks.
Yep, keep
So-
going down.
And then you have your snow contractual, which is already taken 80,000 out.
Right, you're not taking anything out of there.
Unless the machine contractual, the repairs to the machinery, you could somehow,
You gotta look at the.
yeah, you have to look at the language of the three to know exactly what, when you first created the reserve, what it was for.
The reserve was created to buy highway equipment.
Correct.
But not to pay,
20,
Not-
30 years.
not-
not to pay a bond off in that sense.
But you're buying equipment. with.
Like the bond, we
So
used
your
to buy
debt service
trucks.
to be paid out of
We should
budget.
have used the money and then buy the equipment and not taken out a bond or taken out a lower bond.
Good point. Mike, so you're saying there's going to be roughly $430,000 left for surplus in your bond? So what is this financial remaining?
Right now, the
Is
only
that-
thing that's for certain is that there's 100,000 about payroll. now.
110,
And that's
so
not always-
55,000 a month.
This is for, so you have no rough estimate what your surplus is going to be based on what you handed everybody here tonight?
No, because well, the big one is snow. You just
I
don't know
haven't
if
put
it
the
starts
warrant in
snowing.
yet for November, and I still have December. Like I said, I shut everything down except for what's absolutely needed,
Okay, so
so it should be minimal.
at,
Payroll is gonna be the biggest chunk.
Which is 110, he told us 55 a month.
so my recommendation would be, because you have a $280,000 bond that's due, and we do not necessarily know the surplus, you have to have that money to pay the bond, so we have to put it into the budget. Next year, once we, whatever we get this year, we can take a look, let's put it into reserve to offset some of the costs for next year, so that we can then budget better for next year's 280,000.
Yes.
I just think that it's bad policy to sit there and take every bit of revenue you have in town and keep budget down in the general fund. That's ballooned out of sight to 2.4 million with all the things that they put into it, and then do a 12.8 on the highway. I think if you're gonna do that, you put it across the board and you have across the
Well,
board.
we didn't get $1.2 million worth of equipment. You did. It's the bond that's bringing you up to the 12%. It's nothing else. As a matter of fact, I brought you down below 2%. So you got a negative 2% plus the bond. Now you're still at 12.
But, I think that the way it's being done, I think it's just.
Mike, what's the interest on
What's the interest on the bond? It's a good point.
49,875.
No. What's the interest rate?
Should be on the cover page, I think.
I think it was under 4%.
I only printed some of the pages, so I might not have printed the page with the percentage.
3.9.
Oh, the interest, I'm sorry, the interest is 3.9%.
Yeah, I know, it's just under 4%.
3.99, 4%.
It's 4% interest.
And how much did we make off that bond money that was in the bank? For all
We made about $4,000 so far.
How much?
$4,000 we made so far.
That's all we made on that million?
Well, yeah, but things so, and,
Don't forget you had to use the
We made
money.
about $50,000.
no.
Well, we paid the equipment too. We didn't keep the whole 1.2 in there the whole time.
We had that bond money in there till June almost.
Right, but we paid off the, 2 trucks in about April or May. Yeah. And we had to move the bond from the general fund into the
July
loan.
8th, we had to move the money out to 3.98 interest.
Actually, it's like 3.5.
So in order to provide, I think the best results in reference to what Mike's saying is if we go to 4% on general, it'll reduce the highway down and you can still utilize the surpluses to offset the costs. So he's now looking at just under over 9% and we'll be looking at 4%.
Same thing with the 3%. You're still at 9%.
What 3%? No, yeah, that's fine.
That's still 9%.
I would say stick to 3.
I'll leave that up to the board for you guys.
My question is,
This all started snowballing 6 years ago.
pencil head right now.
This is why I said about not trying to contain it to 2%, because then you kick the can down the road, and 6 years from now, whoever's at this board will be having the same conversation about the general that we're having now about the highway. So you can't kick the can down the road. Expenses have gone up, they've gone up. We're talking
I mean, you can-
dollars on people for a year. That's all we're talking
All
about.
you gotta do is look at the cost of parts, 17%.
Mike, we know that. We know
We
that.
got it.
Insurance, even our
We
tenants.
Mike, we
understand.
know that. We know
Most
that.
of everything has gone up across the board.
It's the
I
same
think
thing
it's-
You know,
Pretty impressive that
Yeah.
they're keeping it as low as it
as
is.
low as we are.
Let's think about this when we do
I mean, I
our
just
garage
got my
fund.
own truck insurance that went up to $4,800 for 6 months.
We know.
I
I
know.
had a heart attack.
Mike, Mr. Bones, what did you want? Well, we have a couple mics in there, so.
Do you have, anything else,
Yeah,
any other
sorry,
information
bad.
that's being presented, or does anything?
That's right.
I actually have a question, John, to ask you. If you look at the 2%, you have the unexpended balance, 289,000. This is for a general fund. When you go to 3%, you lower that down to 281, took $8,000 out of your unexpended. And when you went to 4%, you took out even more.
The request was to offset the cost of the highway. So what we would do is take our surplus, utilize it and put it into the highway. So that would offset and bring their percentage down, but it would bring our percentage up, but we'd be utilizing our surpluses to offset the
Let
highway.
me ask you this. In January, we had that meeting, the surplus from the highway department was left in the checking account, which was supposed to be left in the checking account so that pay bills. That would get transferred back over again at a later date. Where did that $200-some thousand go?
That was the surplus from last year, we put into your account. If you look at the 2025 budget, that $200,000 was part of surplus of unexpended balance, so we put it into your account.
And then where did all the monies go for the sale of equipment back in 2024?
I can't answer that.
24.
That should stay in highway too.
That was what, 40?
in the last 20 years, they had a tendency to take everything in chips and put it in the general fund. And, when I came in office,
No, that-
So we are,
I-
we are
1.2
trying to
million.
take some of our surplus and put it to lower yours.
No, he's saying that we took our, his chips fund and just put it in the general fund, which we did.
For years, they did that. I'm not
Well, we
talking
did
about
it,
this
we did it,
administration.
we've got so far a check for $106,000 for kids money, and we put that into general fund. There's another one coming for $140,000. Depending on when you send in all the,
We sent it in November 10th,
so if you send in November 10th, so we should be getting in December.
so you should be
Should be
getting.
getting it in December. I think it's like around the 16th. It just-
Right, so that's gonna be $110,000, $140,000, so I think the total chip money was $260.
Not gonna be the entire amount. We're gonna roll some over because we got Joy's Lehman's.
All right, okay, so how much you figure we're getting? How much did you spend?
I don't know.
How much did you submit to the checks?
I don't know the exact figure that we can put in.
Okay, but it's gonna be at least 100,000.
I don't know.
And that's why we have to keep the bond in the budget so that we can pay the budget, so that we don't get caught with our pants down and we have to move forward. Is it a 2, 3, or 4%?
I just don't see how when we're buying equipment. Even though you're bonded, you're still buying equipment. You put the bond into the 3H fund.
I don't know, you can.
Talk to their accounting for. I mean, it's.
When I get out of here, I'm shooting an email to Lord Nippon on, I'll
Okay.
CC you on.
All right.
Find out a way that she can do it.
Yeah.
That is when he did the bond, that is what he said, he's gonna do it, he'll pay for it, we said it's
Surplus.
Surplus.
But we don't know what the surplus is.
No, I know, I'm just saying that, you know.
Well, here's the thing, you now have 430,000, we say
429.
430,000 we have right now. All right, we took out of that 430,000, we assumed at least $200,000 of unexplained balance, and we put it into the budget here right now. So you have now $230,000 left over, plus whatever CHIPS money's coming through.
So we got 100,000 coming out of that, so it's 100.
So you're 100 and some like
At
that.
least
it's not
110.
gonna-
That's
You're lucky if it
110
breaks
is
100,000.
just payroll. 110 is just
I know,
payroll.
I know
There's
that,
gonna
I
be
know.
other expenses before the end of the
I
year.
know.
And that's straight payroll. That's not over.
Right,
That's not overtime, I
and
know.
that's not overtime.
I'm just saying, though, we took 200,000, we assumed that at least 200,000.
The other thing you got too sitting there, the elephant in the room is, all the comp time that you gotta pay out before Christmas.
See, so that 420 is
But
gonna go
last year
down
they
real
don't
fast.
Last year they selected
Really
not
fast.
That was a
to
question.
pay it out. And I just talked to Michelle today.
So
So
the
still
bond
have
has to go in the
220
budget.
The bond
He's
Bond
got
has to go.
229, because you
No,
already
they
got
got to use it
200,000.
because they didn't want to pay.
And 110 is 229 is just straight payroll. That, he's not gonna, he's.
I don't know how much they have.
They have the question, is it 2, 3, or 4%?
All right, I-
What the numbers we're working with? I guess the
Yeah,
question comes down to,
I
what percentage are you guys looking at? Raising?
Did you need to put up those numbers on the?
Well, here's the thing, if we go by 3%, the, Mike's budget, Mike's, increase, still 9%.
Right, so it doesn't matter, exactly, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
That doesn't save him by going up another
My
4%.
question, my question to the attorney at the Association of Towns is, for decades, we've used 3H to buy equipment. This year, we needed to buy 4 trucks, so we
But Mike-
bonded it. How do we separate the 3H
Yeah.
reserve fund from the bond payment? And how do we do that?
But ask him.
Because you're still buying equipment now. The debt service doesn't have to come out of the reserve fund, because it was never set up to pay debt service. So that should come out of the highway fund. But the equipment should still come out.
Those can be questions that can be answered on another night, but,
Yeah. Oh, no, he's
there's
gonna-
one thing that they need to deal with, and this is the 4th meeting
And this is
dealing with this.
Yep.
This has
So
gotta be it.
you guys have seen the numbers, the figures have been going around for weeks now. Does anyone have
You all see,
a
I
motion, and
made a
then you
motion,
guys can have
I made
further
a motion for
discussion?
3%. Because
Yeah,
it doesn't change,
second.
the highway's at 9, no matter which one you do.
What's the difference in the amount
You want me
that's
to get-
collected between 3% and 4%?
Do you want to-
Yeah, the meeting.
3%.
Guys, it's on the screen.
It's right here, I did this thing. 3% is gonna be $197.
This is for a median household
This is
per
for $350,000.
year. I'm asking, what's the difference in how much revenue we will generate between
Three-
3% to 4%?
$2.
No,
How much revenue?
revenue.
No, 873 for the 3% and 882 for the 4%.
Correct.
Do you know in 2006 and 2007, when I did my budget, the general fund taxes were $848,000?
Like that was how many years ago? That's not, I'm sorry.
20 years
Look at
ago.
what it's now, $873,000.
It's not that much higher. It's not that much higher.
20-some years ago.
Right.
We're using all our revenues to keep that tax flat.
Said on three,
This is
we were-
why
even
I'm, this is why
10
I'm
years.
saying that we need to.
So we have,
we need
we have a motion for 3%.
20 years
If you
ago.
guys want to second it, you can second it. If you don't, motion tabled, where will we get on?
We just stand outside and wait for the controller to.
Is there a second? Doesn't sound like it then. All right, does anyone else have a motion? 4%. All right,
I'll second that.
all right, you guys further discussion?
$9,000 is $9,000, and it makes a difference on the taxpayer bill of $2 a year. I think we can't kick the can down the road. We have to do everything possible to rectify this situation.
Here we go. 1% is, it's $8,400.
And we have a motion about 4%.
All
so
right,
that's-
this is a discussion right now. This is the discussion. Right? The 1% increase is an $8,400 increase. 3% is twice that, it's 17,000. 3% is 3 times that, it's 2,500.
That's what it says up there.
Yeah.
So the 3%, the total raise is 873, 4%, 882, that's 9,000.
865 to 873.
You have 3,400
So it's another $9,000.
It's not that, yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's 9,000 for each one, more or less. So, all right.
So when you're talking about he's not gonna even have a surplus, $9,000 or $9,000.
All right, we have a motion that table for 4%. Any further discussion? Any further discussion of 4%? All right, all in favor of 4%?
Aye.
Aye.
And
Opposed?
Okay.
So we go 4%.
Ron says aye.
I said aye.
Dan Klein,
No,
Dick Doherty,
Yes.
Jim Bell, Greg Simpson,
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Hang on a second.
don't look at anything else.
Any further things to talk about? All right, the motion that table to adjourn,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Good night.